We've got a great NFC West matchup here in week 3 as the undefeated Arizona Cardinals fly up to Santa Clara, take on Mac Jones and the San Francisco 49ers. My name's Tyler here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to be breaking down the Cardinals 49ers week 3 matchup and provide our predictions at the very end of the video. So be sure to leave a comment, let us know who you think is going to win and why, and also hit that subscribe button to get notified when new videos come out. And Ryan, it's going to be a big one. Your boy Mac Jones, as a Patriots fan, you got a big win today against New Orleans Saints. The
Yeah.
Cardinals, they also got a win over the Carolina Panthers. But it was a dominant victory, but much closer than it needed to be with the way the Cardinals kind of ended the final 3 minutes, allowing the
Yeah.
Panthers to have an opportunity to win the game, actually, thanks to some fluky onside kick play and then just constant, just first down penalties that the Arizona Cardinals kept bailing out the Panthers. But either way, a win's a win. I think just two solid, dominant victories overall for both of these teams, especially two with the Niners with the injuries that they're dealing with. Going into the Superdome's never an easy place to go in and play. And so, Cardinals, I think a solid victory overall. Just I think good overall well-roundedness, and this defense is really this Jonathan Gannon defense really starting to come together. Did have some injuries that they had to worry about. Max Melton, he left the game with a knee injury. LJ Collier, he also left the game, and it looks like, if I remember correctly, Garrett Williams. I'm not seeing it on here on this injury list from NFL.com as of this recording, but if I remember correctly, Garrett Williams got helped off. Don't know if he just banged knees or something like that, but it looked serious enough to where like they took him to the locker room. And so have to monitor that status overall for this team. But on the same time, on the same side though too, as I started off at the beginning of this, San Francisco's without their starting quarterback and Brock Purdy. Mac Jones filled in, which hey, it's still a first overall, a first round pick, not first
Yeah.
overall pick. That's leading your defense, and I kind of actually, it's funny that like things come full circle though, but it's like they were really looking hard at Mac Jones and running Kyle Shanahan's offense when they were going to draft
Yeah.
him a
In
couple years ago.
2021. That was going to be my line.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I
No,
didn't.
I was
I
going to say, it's like I'm having
We didn't even.
flashbacks to 2021 before, like, what was it,
Yeah.
April 30th, when it was
Yeah.
everyone was like, Mac Jones is going third overall to the
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah. But I think he did a good job there. He's still not the same. I still prefer Brock Purdy, but I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's good enough for the time being. And so I want to throw it over to you here. What do you like of both of these teams, and what are some of the key X factors?
Yeah, I agree. I think Mac Jones is actually a really solid backup for this 49ers team. I think you look at what he does well and be that point guard in this Kyle Shanahan offense of just make the right reads and do what is needed of you and nothing more. I think that is exactly the kind of backup that Kyle Shanahan can win a few games with while his starter is out on injury. And I feel like that's what Mac Jones did. 26 of 39, 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did have a lost fumble. And so it is a backup quarterback though, so you're not going to get like a perfectly clean performance. But no, I thought it was a good showing there for Mac Jones. I'm very glad that this is where he is because I think this is probably the best scenario for him at the moment. But I was impressed with the 49ers. I think defensively they did a good job. The Saints scored, I think, late in the fourth quarter to kind of make it a one-score game. But I felt like they had control throughout most of this game and just did a good job uh, just playing their role. And I think when you look at this team, they're very injured right now. It doesn't look like that's going to change this week. And the Cardinals, yes, they got a little bit banged up, but this Cardinals team looked really solid. This offensive line is really good, and they can just dominate the front in the run game. And I feel like that's going to be something that the 49ers might struggle with. And then you look at the pass catching weapons, Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride. I think they have a very good, that would be most teams 1-2 pass catchers
Mm-hmm.
in the league. And so this, and then you also said too, this defense, very solid. They got after the passer. Bryce Young was having fits all day until they started getting roughing the passer penalties at the end of the game and kept letting them move forward. So
Yeah.
uh,
12,
I
pen,
think,
12 penalties for 96 yards for the
yeah,
Arizona Cardinals. So
yeah,
you're going to want to clean that one up.
I think for they had 2 roughing the passer penalties on the final 2
Yeah.
possessions, I think. And so it's like you can't do that. Those are drive
Yeah.
extenders that they hadn't been giving them all day. So It is in San Francisco, but I think Arizona just is going to match up really well. They're the healthier team. And yeah, with Mac Jones in there, if you get a little bit of pressure on him, you start making him clutch and or double clutch the football. I think that's going to be the biggest difference between him and Brock Purdy. Is I don't think a lot of people realize when Brock Purdy was in there, him and Josh Allen led the league in scramble yards. And Mac Jones just does not have that in his game. If the play is not there in structure, it's a dead play with Mac Jones. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if the Cardinals can just get after Mac Jones a little bit, make him at least even think in the pocket instead of just all right, one read out, like or go 1-2 out. I think that the Cardinals are gonna win this game.
Well, I think that's a great segue into my point here. It's one of the biggest offseason moves the Cardinals made was to go and get a guy named Calais Campbell, future
Yeah,
Hall of Famer as well too, and he's the guy that made the game-winning sack against his Panthers team as well too. And I think you go and put him in there against this offensive line for the San Francisco, who also might have lost Ben Burch as well. He also left the game with an ankle injury also too,
mhm,
and so this offensive line which I know you have Trent Williams as well too. He's getting up there in age, but there's definitely deficiencies on this 49ers offensive line in general.
for sure.
And you're going to be without Brandon Ayuk. You're going to be without your starting quarterback as well too. I think the biggest thing is just can the Cardinals not beat themselves? Can they put the penalties aside? Can they be? I think more efficient in the passing game as well too. I think that they are perfectly fine. Like, and I know they only had 82 rushing yards today, but I still think they're one of the better rushing teams in the league with James Conner and then Trey Benson in that backfield, and then Kyler Murray still absolutely wild of a runner as well. So, so not their best rushing performance today against the Carolina Panthers, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how they go up against this Robert Saleh defense, which has shown so far of these past couple of weeks, just to start off the season, that he's made good judgments, good adjustments so far, especially only holding the Saints offense to 307 yards, and the week before against Seattle on the road held them to very little yardage as well, even less than that. So um, I'm going to go with Arizona in this one. I might change my pick here a little bit because I want to double check on the injuries throughout the week, see what the injury status is for the secondary of Arizona. Because if you go lose Max Melton, you go lose Garrett Williams. If there's some other guys that are hurt going into this matchup here, it starts to take away a little bit of this advantage. And then like you're now it's a road team against another undefeated division rival, and both teams
Yeah,
know a lot about each other. So, but for now though, I'm sticking with Arizona. I think it's going to be a great game. Really admired Arizona these past couple of years. If you're a fan of the channel, we've talked very highly about the path that Arizona is on, and they're on a very potential path here. I think to win the division this year.
yeah, and it definitely starts. This is a road division game. If you can pull this one out, I think that's a very big win for this team going forward, especially as we start to close out September and the first month of the season. Teams are really going to be finding their identity. So if you can come out 3-0 with a division win on the road, I think that's going to be very
Yep.
important going forward. So let's go
Yep.
ahead. Let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Arizona Cardinals? Will it be the San Francisco 49ers? And that we'll see you guys next time.